This is Hong Kong, and I chose the city because of its large population and it now being part of China might have resulted in some changes. Hong Kong is located in the southeast region of China on the South China Sea. There are about 2.8 million people living there. A fun fact about Hong Kong is that it was once a British colony from 1841 until 1997, which is about 156 years. Now it is part of China, however, it operates independently from its government. Hong Kong is home to the world's seventh busiest container port and busiest airport for international cargo. Its economy is dominated by the service sector and is a gateway into Asian markets for foreign corporations. Hong Kong also has a large tourism economy, accounting for about 5% of its GDP, making it the 14th most popular destination for international tourists and the most popular for Chinese tourists. Like all cities, Hong Kong sectionizes with certain parts of the city meant for conservation, sites of scientific interest, green belts, government or community institutions, agricultural land, industrial, and more. Because Hong Kong is connected to mainland China and shares rivers with Shenzhen, they actually share part of their watershed. However, Hong Kong also has its own watershed, though the Cam Tin River Basin, with its main stream starting at Hong Kong's highest peak, Tai Mo Shan, at an altitude of 930 meters, bounded by the watersheds of Tai To Yan, Tai Mo Shan, Yo Hok Shan, and Tai Kung Leng. The river basin covers 44.3 square kilometers. From time to time, however, the river does overflow. Hong Kong's electricity, according to its government, is 48% natural gas, 20% nuclear renewables, and 24% coal. However, other sources say otherwise. The Daya Bay nuclear station is actually in Shenzhen, China. Hong Kong doesn't have its own nuclear station. The Castle Peak Power Station, located on the far west side of the city, is Hong Kong's largest coal fire station, capable of generating over 6,000 megawatts. Hanyu's Bay Power Station is a small ultra-low sulfur diesel station located on Lantau Island, designed specifically for short-duration peak demands. Drinking water is a very large operation in Hong Kong, comprising of 20 treatment plants located all around the city with a total capacity of 4.68 million cubic meters of fresh water per day for the entire Hong Kong population. Compared to other treatment systems, it is very similar. Water is pumped in, passed through multiple different clarification processes, then filtered by the use of gravity, and then disinfected by the use of chlorine and sometimes also by ozonization, which is more expensive. There are also large reservoirs for storing water, notably the High Island Reservoir, containing 273 million cubic meters of fresh water on the eastern side of the city. Hong Kong has a sewage network of about 1.9 kilometers with 300 sewage pumping stations and treatment plants which collect and treat 2.8 million cubic meters of sewage per day, serving 93% of the population. To encourage less waste, households must pay $2.92 per cubic meter of water supplied. Hong Kong's waste management isn't the best. It has 14 operating waste facilities, 3 of which are landfills and 1 is for composting. The city currently can recycle 60 tons of yard waste a day, and it generates 222 tons, meaning that 160 tons ends up in landfills. Same goes for food waste. Only about 100 tons can be composted, so over 3,000 tons of waste ends up in landfills. Not only that, but recycling efforts in the city haven't gone very well. According to an investigation by Hong Kong One, many drop off locations were caught actually sending plastic bottles and other recyclables straight to the landfill instead of recycling. Due to Hong Kong's density and large population, public transportation is very widespread, consisting of 218 kilometers of mass transit railway with 161 stations. There is also a tramway system running exclusively with double deckers, and there's also two funicular railways and even a gondola, not to forget taxis and the occasional bicycle use, which isn't very common because of certain laws that were in place. The city also has a few recreational areas like the Victorian Peak Garden, located to the south of Hong Kong, and Inspiration Lake, zoological and botanical gardens, and of course, not to forget Disneyland, which can be fun for the whole family. Hong Kong is, however, working on new sustainability initiatives. For example, an eco park to promote local recycling, a $1 billion recycling fund to promote the recovery and recycling of waste, and, like many European countries, the use of different colored bins for different waste types to promote source separation.